Hey, what is going on, guys? Lewis here, and this is going to be the Evilswarm deck profile. Now, I do think it's a relatively awesome deck, and just going straight into it, we're running 3 Evilswarm Heliotrope. This is your Rescue Rabbit target, and it's 1950 beater with just over problematic cards like Thunder King and occasionally Snowman Eater, although that has decreased in play. Next, we're playing 1 Dark Armed Dragon because the majority of our deck consists of dark monsters, and opening with Dark Armed is really good. Also, you do have some grave control via Cerceon, which I'll get into in a moment, and a few other cards which I'll mention later on. Okay, so next we're going into 3 Evilswarm Castor. When this card is normal summoned, well, during the turn it's normal summoned, you can normal summon again. Now, keep in mind, guys, if they do affect Veiler this card, I don't know if they're going to keep it this way, but as far as I know, if you Veiler a Castor, you're allowed to still normal summon. That's how it happened to me on Death Row, like every single time I get Veilered. So I'm not sure if that's just like a bug in the system or something, or whether or not they're gonna keep it that way, where it's just like, okay, it's successfully normal summoned, so now it's a continuous effect that doesn't activate, so you can't Veiler it. That's what I'm thinking that it's gonna be. Um, Anyways, we're running 3 Evilswarm Thunderbird. I know a lot of players want to play 2 of these, just because they really don't want to use it for anything other than like a wind-up rabbit. But realistically, I think it comes out nicely with the other cards like Cerceon and Castor, and you can always ditch it and make it come back. And you have a 1950 beater, just like Heliotrope, and it's just it helps you exceed sometimes when you have a slow hand. You sort of keep it, they activate a card, you bounce it out, and then next turn you summon another monster, and then you overlay with a Thunderbird. It gets pretty good. Next we have Evilswarm Cerceon, probably the best Evilswarm monster in the extra deck. He can give you a one-card exceed play, essentially. So his effect is you can banish an Evilswarm in your grave to target another one in your grave, add that to your hand. Then you can activate his effect again to take the monster that you added, and you can normal summon it. There's another effect that you don't use it, but it's once during the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can tribute summon 1 swarm monster with 1 less tribute. We don't tribute in this deck. I guess that's if you want to tech these into like Steel Swarm or something, which might not be a bad idea if you want to play that like for a fun deck. But realistically, like this card's primary 2 effects are really good, and they're really competitive, especially late game. If you get a late game Cerceon, you have an amazing card right there. Next, I'm playing 1 Evilswarm Mandragora. I know a lot of players play 2 of these, but I never ever get its freaking effect off, ever. I usually like set it, summon it, or just get it out with Castor or like Cerceon. I never ever just special summon it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play 1. I used to play 2. There was a time where I tested 3, and I just never got it off. So I play 1 now. Next, instead of playing the second Mandragora, I'm playing 1 Evilswarm Azathoth, and this card is awesome. So it's a level 4, just like the rest of the Evilswarm monsters, which makes it a good card in the deck. And its effect is target will flip target 1 special summon monster on the field, shuffle it into the deck. Now you do have to be careful with this, because it doesn't say like you can, so I'm assuming it's a mandatory effect when it flips. So if you're the only person who controls a special summon monster, that's the monster that's gonna get put back. So you do want to be careful with that. But if you know when to set it, and you play conservative with that 1 card, everything else you can play reckless with in the deck. And I think that's a really nice element, just to have that 1 card where you can take your time, you can set it, you can hold off on it until they have, like, let's say they go first, and they go the first turn Chien, and you just like, alright, I said Azathoth, bam. You can you play Dragoonities, you get rid of Stardust, because sometimes you just don't want to risk getting like deep prisoned or bottomless when you go to make your big play. So you can go for a little play, and essentially you end up doing the same thing. So also it does have 1950 defense, which is amazing. Next we're going to 2 Rescue Rabbits, which is completely standard. You need them to get out the Heliotrops. Next, I am playing 2 Maxies, and I am playing 2 Veilers. I know a lot of players aren't playing hand traps, and that's because, you know, hand traps really don't affect decks like, let's say, Mermails. They hardly do anything against spellbooks, and they won't be doing much against Elemental Dragons. However, I think Maxi still puts in the work against those decks. Maxi, they activate Divine Judgment, you can Maxi. And that's usually the first opening move. Maxi, they activate Megalo, you Maxi activate Megalo. If the player activates Megalo's effect, you can chain Maxi. And Elemental Dragons, if they chain, you know, once they activate like any of their effects, the special summon, you go Maxi, and if they stop, you can go ahead and proceed to, like, you know, kick their shit in. But if they continue, you'll draw, and yeah, they'll have like a lad on board, but you'll have more resources to get over lad, so it's pretty good. Also in the mirror match, these 2 cards are just like amazing. I mean, Maxi's decent against like a Castor, because you know you go +1 if they go overlay, but it's good against the rabbit play. Furthermore, Veiler, it's really good against the mirror match with Evilswarms, because you want to have the Pandemic at all times. If you don't have Pandemic, you literally feel in this deck really shaky. You don't feel comfortable. Onto the spells, we're playing 1 Allure Darkness, because like I said earlier, usually everything in here is almost dark. And you can go ahead and, you know, you can banish Azathoth, Mandragora. I've banished Heliotrope, Thunderbird. Sometimes you want to refrain from Castor and Cerceon, because those are like your power monsters in the deck, essentially. But if you have to do it, then you know you have to do it. Next, playing 1 Heavy Stone, because nobody likes back row. 1 Rhoda, because Rhoda does search out Castor, and Castor is one of the most important monsters in the deck. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, 1 Book of Moon, and finally 3 Infestation Pandemic. This card is Forbidden Lance on crack. It affects all of your face-up Evilswarm monsters, and you do not lose the 800 attack that you would from Forbidden Lance. So it's really dirty. If you have the more monsters you have on field when you activate it, it's just like stupid. Gets over Mirror Force, Torrential, Book of Moon, Compulse, Deep Prison, everything. Really good. Next I'm playing 2 Exceed Reborns. Now this is an OCG attack. Like a lot of the deck is OCG because, you know, we don't have it yet. So I had to look over there. Exceed Reborn is a really good card because, let's say after you eradicate, then you have no field. You can go ahead and reborn your monster back, your Ophion. Or let's just say your Ophion died or something. You can Exceed Reborn into it with a material, detach Exceed Reborn, which is the new material, and then you can go into an Eradicator, and that's another dirty combo that I've done before, and it's just like really devastating. A lot of players just quit out after they see Exceed Reborn plus Eradicator because it's just a nasty combo. Next I'm playing 2 Bottomless because I feel like Bottomless is an excellent card. You know, with them putting Warning at 1, I feel like why not put Bottomless at 3, you know? Especially, you know, Evilswarms just have this forever. But it does get over, you know, Thunder King, it gets over most Exceed monsters, Synchro monsters. Realistically, if they don't have like a Lance or something, they pretty much lost their monster. Like if you're playing against Fire Fist, you can hit Bear, you can hit Gorilla, even though you don't care that much about Gorilla. But Bear's a card to worry about. You can Bottomless Bear, you can Bottomless Megalo, you can, let's see, the High Priestess of Prophecy. You can bottomless any card in Elemental Dragons, which is, that's amazing. You know, you have it face down, they go for like, they're 2 dragons, they overlay for Draco Sack, and go bottomless Draco Sack, and that deck really doesn't play Lance, so you're pretty much good on that. Next we're playing the 2 Eradicators, which you've seen in the videos. They're amazing. Main deck Eradicators are literally like the best card ever. Especially in the upcoming format and the most of the upcoming decks that are there, it just helps a lot. And you know, looking at Blue Eyes over here, you know, like the 14,000 versions, I just thought of, you know, Exodia. You know, there are those players who go around playing Exodia, and let's say you're playing this with, you know, Eradicator, you pretty much like win against Exodia automatically. And next one, I'm just gonna go to Solemn Judgment and Solemn Warning. For the extra deck, I'm playing one ally Justice Catastor, just because Catastor is probably the greatest level 5 synchro of all time. And, you know, everything here is level 4, and if you just drop that with a Veiler, you have what you need. You can also, you know, special summon Mandragora and normal summon Veiler if you ever had that opportunity, which I never have. Next I'm playing one Evilswarm Ouroboros. I really never go into him if I have the option to overlay with 3 monsters. I would go for Shockmaster. But, you know, he is an Evilswarm, which makes him, he works with Pandemic. And he does, if he goes to the graveyard, he does work with Castor. And, you know, his effects aren't that bad. But realistically, you know, Shockmaster is just worth that. Next I'm playing one Gemini Pearl, particularly for the mirror match. Pearl is Pearl. Pearl is definitely gonna get a lot more play. If you don't already have a Gemini Pearl, you're gonna want to go and pick one up, just because when Evilswarms come out, you know, Ophion here has 2550, and the only thing that can get over it in terms of rank 4s is essentially gonna be the Gemini Pearl, or you can Maestroke, but you know, Maestroke is actually a good card too, because you can book it. It has 1650, which makes you 150 attack over. But you know, Pearl can also not get Fiendish Chained, which is a great thing. Anyways, next we're playing 2 Ophion, because Ophion is Ophion, and he's the heart and soul of the deck. 1 Utopia. I don't play the Chaos Utopia just because personally I only play it in decks where I main deck something like Econ or Mind Control, because I've never really you know, have that that Yuma moment where I need to do anything else. Next I'm playing one Master Key Beetle. He's a pretty good card. If you guys don't know about him, check him out. Number 66, Master Key Beetle. Or Supreme Key Beetle, apparently. It says like above his card info. But anyways, his effect is once per turn, you can detach one material from this card, target one other card you control. While this card is face up on the field, that card cannot be targeted or destroyed. Wait, no, that target cannot be destroyed. I'm sorry, it can be targeted, but it can't be destroyed. If this card would be destroyed, you can send one of those targets to the graveyard instead. So in the event I have a Master Key Beetle, and I have a face down Solemn Judgment, so long as Master Key Beetle is face up, Solemn Judgment cannot be destroyed by card effects. And in the event that Master Key Beetle would be destroyed, I can send Solemn Judgment to the graveyard to prevent his destruction. Although, since Solemn Judgment can't be destroyed, if my opponent gets out anything that would get over Master Key, I can just Solemn Judgment out. Next I'm playing one Evilswarm Bahamut. There we go, Bahamut. And he's amazing. He's the he's Big Eye in this deck. Literally, you detach one, discard one Evilswarm, and you just Big Eye your opponent's monster. Then we have Shockmaster, because Shockmaster, one Photon Pap, one Ivagashiki Marrowgeist. And really, I never go into it, but you know, it's a good option to have. Let's say you're playing against something like Insectors. You know, that's really good to have it against Insectors. You shuffle back into their deck, their Hornets, their Ladybugs, because if they do set anything, most likely that's the card that they are setting. It can also be the Mystic Tomatoes, but that's, you know, not something that you want to do for Tomato, because it's still destroyed by battle technically, unless it says destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, which is a really good thing. I haven't seen Tomato in a while though, so I don't know. Next we have number 50, Black Ship of Corn, Maestroke, Gagaga Cowboy, and Evilswarm Nightmare, MVP of the Madolche match. This card is so good. If you guys have any doubts about the card, go ahead and see my Evilswarm versus Madolche, and you will see that this card is awesome. Anyways guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the deck profile. I just went overtime. We're about to hit like 15 friggin' minutes, so I'll cut off from that mark. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile, and if there's any more deck profiles that you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section below, and I will definitely give them to you guys. I have a whole bunch of deck profiles here, and I have more on DN that I haven't like transferred over. So you know, I can definitely do that for you guys. I know like essentially like every deck inside and out. So I hope you guys have a great day, and later.